Now, Talk Real Estate with Sharon McNamara, sponsored by Boston Connect Real Estate Services.
Hi, I'm your host, Sharon McNamara, and you are listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable. Let me share a little bit about my background before we get started. I am the broker-owner of Boston Connect Real Estate, a boutique firm that is home to over 30 real estate sales and marketing agents who service home buyers and home sellers throughout Boston, the South Shore, the South Coast, and Cape Cod. Our firm takes pride in assisting our clients in the next chapter of their lives by taking a holistic approach to their real estate endeavors. We believe that every move should be a moving experience. Every week, my co-host Melissa Wallace and I will provide you with my team's unique marketing approach to selling homes and share with you our expertise in navigating the home buying process. We value the experience of our agents at Boston Connect Real Estate so much that not only will you hear my perspective on real estate topics, occasionally you will hear the expert thoughts and opinions of our experienced agents at Boston Connect Real Estate. Be a part of our roundtable. If you have any questions during the show, please call 781-837-4900. We love to talk real estate. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and wherever you like to listen to podcasts at Talk Real Estate Roundtable. If you would like a one-on-one consultation with me and my team to discuss your real estate needs, you can connect with me at bostonconnect.com or 781-826-8000. Now, sit back, relax, take good notes, and let's talk real estate. And good morning to all my South Shore neighbors. You are listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable. I am Sharon McNamara, the broker-owner of Boston Connect Real Estate, which is the sponsor here of our Talk radio show here on WATD. I have Melissa with me, my sidekick. Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, you're sounding a little bit like David Allen Boucher.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So I apologize, everybody, for how I sound. I'm losing my voice.
Yeah.
I feel fine.
Hey, I think real estate is sexy. We are right on line with that this morning.
Oh, yeah. I was hearing that all last night. They were like, oh, are you going to call into a radio show? I go, well, hello, it's me. Yeah, so here I am. So I apologize, everybody. You have to listen to me. Yeah. But maybe Sharon will do a lot of the talking.
I'll do a lot of the talking. I tend to do that anyways. And, of course, we have our favorite producer over at WATD. We have Mr. Tim McKinney in the house. Hello.
Yes, hello. Good morning, Sharon and Melissa on Talk Real Estate Roundtable Magic.
Exactly. Yes. It is.
And I also have Dave Tinley with me this morning going over the ropes because he will be here for me next weekend.
Oh, well, hello, Dave. Nice to have you. You said Dave or David?
Dave Tinley. Yes.
Dave Tinley.
Yep.
Dave Tinley. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you.
All right. Well, perfect. So hopefully you're going someplace good and warm.
Oh, yeah, baby. You got a destination wedding down in the DR.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It'll be nice and warm for you.
Is it your wedding?
No, it's a co-worker of Joel's, but all-inclusive resort we're staying at, and
nice.
I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna have so much fun. So much fun. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
And you know what's nice about that when you come back? Like tan, any type of tan looks so much better up against all this white.
True, yeah.
All this white snow.
I might have a little tan, but you know me, I'm a ginger, so
yes,
the sun can be very dangerous. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you know what, Melissa? What's that sunscreen that you use? You should tell them about it.
Oh yeah, it's like banana boat for kids. That's what I use.
Magic,
for kids,
yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah,
yeah,
I'll have the sunblock. Don't worry, trust me.
Yeah, the sunblock because somebody told me, somebody actually who was an agent here at one point. She went to school for what's that? Esthetician or something, cosmetology or something, and she told me. I went to her and I said, "Well, what should I use? I always get burned." And she told me to use, a sunscreen that has these two ingredients. You don't need anything more than those two ingredients. And banana boat kids.
What are those two magical ingredients?
I'm gonna look it up.
Okay,
we'll look it up. But just get the banana boat kids, and then
right.
they can pay WATD for that.
The boat of bananas.
Sponsor.
Got it. All right.
Yeah.
Then have one of those. What are those drinks with the bananas in it and the chocolate? We have one of those to go along with it.
A what?
I don't know. Just go to the bar and say, "Can I have a drink with banana and chocolate in it?" They'll know what I'm talking about.
Okay. All right.
Can I have a banana and chocolate?
Yeah, I think it's. I want to say like a slippery monkey, but I'm pretty sure that's not it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, boy. Okay.
It's titanium dioxide and zinc oxide.
Okay.
So I get the it's like Banana Boat Kids Mineral or Sensitive or whatever. So that's what I get.
Right. So that's what
and I
you'll be
haven't had a
today.
sunburn since.
So for all of our
good to
WATD
know.
listeners, as you're walking down the aisles in CVS and you see Tim over at the sunscreen, that's what he's getting.
Yeah.
He's going on vacay.
Hey, I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, there's no chance in hell's I'm going to be able to make this show evergreen because I have to complain about this snow. Like it does me no good.
I know.
And I keep on trying to get myself in this Zen mode. But it sort of messes with, real estate a little bit. It makes it a little more difficult for people. And I have been pushing off a new listing for several weeks now because of all the snow, right? And wanting it to be perfect. And you want the pictures to show up the right way and you don't want mounds of snow everywhere. And we finally got the pictures done this week. It looks great. Super excited about this house. I'm always super excited about all my listings. As you know, I'm a very heavy listing agent, right? And, I am so excited about this house because these people have lived in it for over 50 years, right?
Yeah.
They're the sweetest people. They're adopting me. I have already confirmed that. And, just a great, great family. They've been doing everything a seller should do when you ask them to do things, and some of the conversations around the office lately, I was talking to, Kristen Howlett yesterday. I was talking to her last night actually about a couple things that have been going on in our industry where we're seeing some sloppiness and we're seeing things that, are not like up to our standards, so, it's a little frustrating, to see that type of stuff going on there. But I don't know. I had another point to that, and I don't remember what it was while I was talking to her about. I don't know. Oh, but like if I could do another show, like I couldn't do certain things on air here.
That's why it's great to have these little discussions in the office.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we're in the privacy of our own office and we can have a little bit of more of an open discussion than on the show. But, and it's great for us because, it's almost like a reminder. And me, even if I'm not a part of the conversation here and I can sit back and I can, listen to what's going on, I'm proud of our agents because I feel like our agents are doing what they're supposed to be doing. And could they be complaining about somebody else? Yeah, absolutely. But at least I'm aware of what's going on out there and we can come up with a solution of what happens if this happens again to another agent.
And I love that because we had another one of our agents that came in and he was here. He was actually picking up a check while he was here the other day, and I was chatting with him a little bit, and we were sort of having this discussion about like what is going on in the atmosphere out there that, and this is the problem, and this has never been the mindset of Boston Connect or our agents, just getting on to the next transaction versus what I'd rather spend all my time on the transactions that I'm currently in versus worrying about where my next one is coming from, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm sort of seeing. A lot of agents had a tough time last year, so it's like they're more on to the next one than they are on the current one. And we were talking a little bit about that, and he's like, he goes, I am in a transaction with somebody, and I said, the new home inspection disclosure is attached to MLS, so when you put in your offer, you can just grab it from there. Oh, what is that all about anyways?
Yeah. What's that about anyways? Was the response from the other agent.
How can that be? I mean, not only is that it's a state requirement.
Yeah.
Like that's what's frightening to me. Like I do a lot on the NAR level, National Association of Realtors. Of course, I used to be on grievance. They bumped me up to professional standards. And, whatever. I've learned a lot. I think it's great, but I think it's time for me to do something on a state level.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to run for like representative or anything.
You don't want to be the governor of Massachusetts?
No, I'm not running for governor. No, that would be the only reason why I would want to be governor, and I would make everybody call me governor. Governor. Wasn't that like a show or something? Governor.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm sure if it is somewhere, Tim will find it on YouTube. Governor.
Yeah.
But anyways, that is, some of the things that we talk about in here. And what I was thinking about is, when we're listening to all these things that are going on, sometimes it's hard for us to even believe that these are conversations that are going on out there, which is really important. Like you said, I mean, we're always, training our agents, making things, available for them, so they have all the resources that they need. But when I was talking about my clients, and they just, everything I asked them, or suggested that they do, to get their house prepared to be on the market, they did. Every step of the way, these people have leaned in, and they've really taken my counsel and realizing I have been doing this for quite a long time. And, that's the other thing too, is I had to say that to somebody this week.
I wondered if you'd bring it up.
Yeah. So an agent said, hey, Sharon, I see, you've been in the business, pretty long time. I'm sure you have some experience.
Yeah.
So it's one thing to be in the market to be doing this a long time. Yes, I have been doing this for a very long time, but you can't say I've been doing this a long time and I've sold 10 houses in my career, right?
Yeah.
So not only have I been in it a long time, I've also sold over 750 homes in my career. So I have a little experience, but one of the things I'm seeing a common thread with a couple of our agents in the office in discussions that we've been having is the client not taking their advice. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to price, there's no fudging what the price is. The numbers are the numbers.
Yeah.
If your house isn't selling, chances are it has nothing to do with any of the marketing or promoting or any of that. It's probably either your condition doesn't match your price. If that's the price you want, then you have to make the condition do it. But anyways, that maybe is another show for another day. What are we talking about today?
Well, I will just say, so Kristen Howlett was on the show with me last week. She's a full-time agent here at Boston Connect Real Estate. And we did talk about marketing and how that, impacts your listing. And your first impression is actually online and not when somebody walks through your front door or pulls up their car to your house. And so, yes, that I think that all factors in. But getting back to the price, I mean, it all comes down to the number. It is what it is. We did talk about, one listing looking better than another, but at the end of the day, it comes down to the price. Is that going to get somebody to go there and see the vision or what? But again, listening to the agent that you hired to do a job, sometimes it can be difficult.
Sometimes personalities, sometimes it's different. And too, I know the motivation of I need to get, I have to have, but that just isn't what the value of your house is. So, and one of my favorite phrases that I've used over and over is nobody has an ugly baby. Mm-hmm. We get it. We're not saying that your baby is ugly. We're just saying that, you know what, the price of your baby better match how beautiful that baby is. Right? Do you have a Gerber baby or do you not have a Gerber baby?
It better match the features of that baby.
Yeah. So, that is really important when it comes to price. But today, one of the things we're going to talk about, because this is something that did come up with one of my listings, it didn't end up being an issue, but I thought, wow, why do people not know this, right?
Yeah.
So today's topic is what buyers and sellers must not do after an accepted offer. And if you're just tuning in, you're listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable. I'm Sharon McNamara, the broker owner of Boston Connect Real Estate, full-time real estate agent here with my firm. And I have Melissa Wallace, who is the Director of Operations and Agent Relations. And of course, we have Tim and Dave in studio. So if you have a question for us, you can call 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900, and Tim and Dave will pipe you over to us in our home studio here at our office in Pembroke Center, or you can send them a text. And if it's able to be read on air, they will read it on air.
That's funny.
Yeah. So,
just something I have written down is, once the offer is accepted, that's just the beginning. Mm-hmm. And we mean that because, once you have an accepted offer, it means a couple things. So both parties have agreed to price and terms at that point. Those price and terms can change still, because we have another step to get to. But, contingency periods begin. It's sort of like the clock starts. Mm-hmm. As soon as the offer gets accepted, it's okay, if you're doing a home inspection, we have to schedule it. The clock sort of starts for everything. And meaning, the legal and financial process start, sort of moving along. And there are some things that you probably shouldn't do once you get an accepted offer, which we'll talk about that too.
And one of the things too is that we discuss is, once you have that accepted offer in MLS, you see different statuses. And once the offer is accepted, it's considered contingent, right? So it's contingent upon a home inspection. It's contingent upon a signed purchase and sales agreement. I always do contingent upon a signed purchase and sales agreement because we have to get through the home inspection in order to get to that next step anyways, and that next milestone in the process. However, once it's under agreement, that's once the P&S is signed is when we will consider that actually under agreement. And maybe we can do a show on do the numbers really matter? Like these numbers that we're looking at, like data, like I was with somebody over the weekend, over the weekend. It is the weekend, Sharon.
Yeah.
We just yesterday or the day before, the day before Thursday, I was doing an analysis at somebody's home, and I bring, those area market surveys that you do for me. And I was saying, and they're like, oh, what is this line? And I was like, well, it's saying that it took 23 days to get an offer. And I was like, but I really doubt that that's how long it actually took.
Yeah.
So, to get under agreement, right? Or to get to the offer and stuff. So maybe we can do a show on what do all these numbers actually mean? What is all this?
Yeah, you do love numbers and data.
I do love the numbers. You know why? I'm not a fan of liars, and numbers just don't lie.
Numbers don't lie.
Numbers are my friend.
Yeah, like you said, you can't fudge them.
But I'm not really good with a ruler.
What?
I'm not really good with a ruler or a tape measure.
What does that have to do?
Because they're numbers.
Oh.
I'm good with
it's Mark, it's 4 and 3 little dashes.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? I have no idea. So.
Are the dashes centimeters? Who knows?
Beats me.
Mark would know.
Mark would know. That's why I don't have to learn it, because I have Mark in my life. I'm like,
we all have Mark in our lives, let's be honest.
Hey, Mark, what is this? Okay, sorry, I digress.
Well, speaking of what is this and what isn't this, having an accepted offer, what does it not mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it means your loan isn't finalized, right? Mm-hmm. And that's part of, that must be in here somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the title is not clear. Mm-hmm. We just had Trish Flynn that was in yesterday, and one of the things that she said was she had a closing 2 days ago, and a title issue came up right at the end.
Yeah, the day before they knew that.
How does that happen?
How?
I don't.
Who dropped the ball?
Well, you want to do a show on that? Who dropped the ball? That might be a podcast, because I don't know that I can keep the F-bombs in.
Oh yeah.
I promised Tim that I would always be good. Oh, but you know what? Can I digress again? Why am I in this mood right now?
Oh, I don't know. You're
Probably
very excited about this.
Yeah, I sat on my in my living room all day yesterday. I had some stuff I really wanted to get done on my computer, so I was like, I'm just going to sit here all day with a fire. So maybe I just rejuvenated myself. But I was watching the Today Show the other morning while I was getting ready, and they had I think she was the alpine skier, one of the she was one of the skiers anyways, and she won gold, and she's cute as a button, by the way, and she dropped a legit F-bomb with an ing on it live on air. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I wonder what happens. Do they just get fined?
I think you get fined. I don't know.
NBC can handle it.
Yeah, they can handle it.
They might be fined, but sometimes it's just we apologize for the language.
Yeah, we apologize for the language.
It definitely slipped. Did you see it? It's probably on YouTube somewhere, because it was hilarious. And
I didn't see it live, but the last time I saw someone swear live, it was a couple weeks ago for NASCAR at the Clash at Bowman Gray Stadium. Ryan Preece, when he won, I believe it was all in celebration in a positive tone, but still, he not only did he drop an F-bomb, he also, I think he said the S word a couple times. It was all in celebration. He was so excited and unfiltered, but it's like,
well, you can read lips too, like when the girl that just won the gold medal. Yeah. How adorable is she, by the way?
I know.
And when she was coming off the ice, she was like, ing.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Alyssa Liu? Is that who?
Yeah.
Oh, she was phenomenal. I didn't see her in her final performance, but the other night she had the lighter outfit on. Oh, she was amazing. She's so good.
I watched it last night on YouTube. Mark and I did that. I really wanted to see it, but it was like playing at a weird time during the day.
She was around. She was just so like
free. Yeah, she was so great. Yeah, it was awesome.
Tracy Grady, who of course is a full-time agent here at Boston Connect Real Estate, joins us a lot on the show. She said, "Good morning." Michaela Schifflin must have been her name. It was hilarious. She said the S word after she said it.
Yeah.
So she caught herself by saying the S word afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, she was like, OSH. I just said the F-I-N-G word.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Speaking of the Today Show, where's Nancy?
I don't.
Where's Nancy? Yeah. How do we not know?
I don't know. I'm hoping they did bring her into Mexico because you can get drugs pretty rapidly there. Maybe that would be good for her heart.
Oh, is that what the theory is?
No.
Oh.
I'm hopeful.
I'd like to know where Nancy is. Okay, putting that out there.
Yeah, you and Savannah.
Me and everybody else.
Savannah's not looking great.
No.
She's exhausted, poor thing. Well, let's just keep her in our prayers because it's really a sad story.
It is. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what else does it not mean?
What is the question? An accepted offer doesn't mean, okay. So just because you got your offer accepted doesn't mean the inspection is complete, doesn't mean the appraisal will support the price, it doesn't mean that the deal is guaranteed. You have to go through all these steps and all these processes. And that's why, that's one of the things I was actually working on yesterday is I'm really embracing everything Microsoft and Teams and Planner and everything in there. So we have all these milestones and checkpoints because, there used to be a time, and I think I was talking to you about this yesterday. No, I think I was talking to Kristen about it yesterday was, there used to be a time where I felt confidence that I wasn't the only one watching these dates.
Yeah.
Like clients would be watching the dates. Like they would be aware of what these dates are. But I think everybody's so busy right now that they definitely lean into us to remember them. And certainly we do. But the attorneys used to be reminding us. And there are some attorneys out there that still will.
Yeah.
But I'm putting it out there. I'm just saying it. The majority won't. They're not watching these dates. They're drafting purchase and sales agreements. They're doing title stuff. They're doing closings. I don't think the majority of them have a tickler file to remember the dates.
And I think that the volume of deals is higher for a lot of these attorneys or loan officers than an agent.
Get a paralegal.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. Like, I know you were just trying to give them grace because I was being a little bit
I wasn't trying
nasty.
to give them grace. I'm just saying, based on what they do, I think their volume has to be higher in order to be successful.
Well, I'm wondering how high it is. I got called twice this week from pretty big attorneys that are looking for business.
Yeah.
I say just make sure that you have the right name on the stinking document.
Yeah.
Look at you switching gears. I can see it in you. She's switching gears, people.
I'm being PG today.
Sharon is getting fresh.
Yeah, you're getting fresh.
I'm not getting fresh. I'm being real. This is the name of our show. Yeah. Talk Real.
Talk Real Estate. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 'Cause some common contingencies in an offer that, supports the statement of why this is only the beginning. So home inspection contingency, financing contingency. So if you aren't paying cash and you're going for a loan, you have a financing contingency, appraisal contingency, which is usually in your pre-approval if it's not written in the offer verbatim, but it's usually in your pre-approval that loan needs to be appraised. And then sale of a home. So, a home sale contingency, title review, passing Title V. These are all things that can go into an offer, which sort of supports why this is only the beginning.
Mm-hmm. And with these contingencies, this is one of the things that we're talking about, the dates. And the reason why the dates are so important and why I'm probably so fiery. What's the word I want? I'm so passionate about this is because dates are important because the client's money is on the line.
Yeah.
So I just want to give an example. So one of them would be the financing contingency. And as the listing agent, so what it says, it comes through on the offer and it says that, the buyer is going to have a commitment letter from the bank, which means that they've done everything. All the underwriting is done. Everything is done. And it says, I am committed to you to give you this loan. Okay. Yeah. So that's called the commitment letter from the bank. And there's a date to which the buyer is supposed to get that. And as the listing agent, I have the date in our calendar. I'm watching it, but I really don't discuss it with the buyer, the buyer's agent. Like, I don't go to the buyer's agent and say, hey, how's that commitment letter looking? Right? Because that's not my job. And it isn't that I don't want to do the job, because it isn't my job, because we do a lot of jobs that are not our jobs. But I don't do it because if that date is missed, which has happened to us several times as listing agents, that buyer's agents will call me 2 days later and say, oh my God, I missed the appraisal. I missed the mortgage contingency date, the commitment letter date. My client doesn't have the commitment yet. And I was like, well, I'll have to discuss this with the attorneys, because if you miss that date, think about the amount that people are putting down at P&S. We'll say generally 5%, right? Yeah. That money is now in jeopardy. You missed a date. All you have to do is ask for an extension. Yeah. So that's why we're really looking at these dates.
I just remember when I was helping your team out 2 years ago, towards the end of the year, you had a buyer, and I had talked to their loan officer. They were purchasing a house with solar panels, and they needed to get some solar panel information out, and they were taking over the lease, so that impacts your loan as well. So I was talking to them and sort of talked about how we would need an extension for the loan commitment. So I had reached out, and the attorneys had already agreed to it, like, without including us. And so I'm just like,
well, there are some attorneys out there that think that, we're the low man on the totem pole. Yeah. But guess what? If we don't sell houses, you don't have a job, my friend.
Yeah. What?
If we don't sell houses, real estate attorneys don't have a job.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about me. I was like, hello?
No, the attorneys. Like, if we don't sell houses, they don't have, they don't have anything to work on.
They don't. Okay, so
feels like I'm bashing attorneys right now.
No, we love our attorneys.
I love our attorneys.
Yeah. What buyers should not do after getting an accepted offer. So, go and purchase a car.
Yeah, that's happened.
There's exceptions, though. So I talked to, when I was in that sort of process, I thought about this. I was like, what if someone really has to buy a car? What if for some reason, they might get into an accident, or they need to, get a new car.
And they can't wait 30 days?
No. Well, sometimes people need a car to get to work. Okay. I talked to Jasmine about that, and she said there are workarounds. So if for some reason it's a necessity and you have to get a new car, there are ways to sort of track that.
Well, it also matters too. I mean, what your debt to income ratio is. You know what I mean?
Not just like, oh, you know what? I'm going to celebrate getting an accepted offer by buying a. Do they make Hummers still? I don't know why that came to me first. I don't know cars.
Yeah, I saw something the other day where an actor in a Hummer hit, or a football.
Oh, yeah.
Hit like a Kia, and the Kia survived, and the Hummer lost its wheel.
I saw that.
Yeah.
And it was like, not many people have this like wrapped Hummer. Like, obviously we know who you are.
Yeah, I know. But so it really does come down to, who is the person that we're discussing here when it comes to these things. I mean, certainly if, you have, and what is your debt to income ratio? What is your loan to value ratio? Like, what are all those things really come into play? So those are really conversations that you should be having with your loan officer. That's another thing this week. If you can get in touch with them. God bless you. Okay. She just lost her voice, so I'll keep on talking. She's going to try desperately to keep on talking over me, because I don't know why I'm feeling so fiery today. Yeah. If you want to talk to me, though, 781-837-4900, 781-4900, 781-837-4900.
That was funny.
Yeah, 837-4900. All right, Melissa's going to go choke. Yeah, so some of the things that you don't want to do, especially if, you know what I mean, because it is going to, could potentially affect your credit score or your loan to value and all those other things, like buying a car. You certainly want to talk to. Now, I had that situation once when somebody went out and bought a car. Not a car, it was a Jeep. So they went out and bought a Jeep. That changes things. Finance, furniture. So a lot of times, this is a hard one sometimes for people because they're so excited about getting into their new house and they're already decorating in their head and they want to know where their furniture is going to go. They want to order new furniture. And a lot of these places, you know what I mean? Why not go to Jordan's and buy all new furniture? And then if the Red Sox win the World Series, you get it for free.
Oh, yeah, I think they're I'm back. I think their new one this year is if UConn basketball teams make it to the finals. They don't have to win, but they make it to the finals. Everything is free. But I always get like a little nervous when people are like, "Oh, we want to come in and measure. We want to make sure that our a couch fits here." And I'm like, "Do you already own the couch?"
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
you're not going to go out and finance one, right?
Don't buy anything. Yeah,
don't buy anything.
Or at least this is the thing: you have a team surrounding you, so reach out to the team of people and say, I was thinking about buying all new furniture for my house. Should I do that now? Or appliances, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm sure when we just had Washington's, celebrated Washington's birthday. Was it? No, President's Day.
President's Day.
Yeah, whatever. Because tomorrow's Washington's birthday, isn't it? The 22nd?
I don't know.
February 22nd, I think, is like actually George Washington's birthday.
How do you know that?
Well, because it's also my best friend's birthday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you celebrate both?
Yeah, I'm celebrating tonight with her, actually. So like the appliance stores will have a lot of, those specials and everything.
Yeah.
Don't open a credit card. Don't close a credit card either, by the way.
Yeah. I was, when I was going through the process, and you're welcome for this because I bought one of your listings, I remember going during that time. I had gone to TJ Maxx and was looking for a birthday present for somebody. And every single time you go there, would you like to open up a TJX rewards card? And
the answer is no.
They're asking. Oh, you go to Kohl's. Would you like to open up a Kohl's?
But do you know why?
You'll save 10%. Okay, you'll save $3 today if you'd like to open it. No, thank you.
Well, because the salespeople will get bonused on it.
I used to work in a store.
You just got all like...
You get nothing.
2 snaps in a circle on me, girl.
You get a star next to your name on the sheet.
Who cares?
That's about it. And I was in high school getting people to open credit cards. I didn't know what a credit card was. And by the way, it's like a 30% interest rate.
Yeah, none of those people can afford a house now.
Yeah.
Because of you.
But
you got a star next to your name.
My
Good
apologies.
Going. Good going, Mel.
Well, then you get spoken to if you don't get people to open them.
Well, see, that's wrong.
You're fearing for your life.
It's wrong.
Just kidding. But yeah.
Did you pull out your job description and say, I don't see that on here?
No, I didn't really care. I was like... Yes,
I didn't care. I didn't even know what a credit card was. Whatever.
Well, whatever.
They made the choice. They're adults.
Yeah. So I was a front end coordinator in high school. No. So my point was when I was going through the buying process, I knew don't open it. Not that I was going to open it before, but that was my response to them. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm buying a house. Oh, but they didn't get it. Oh, but you'd save $3.40 today. Well,
so maybe we should have a class for TJ Maxx employees.
I didn't even say that's where it was, but yeah, it was TJ Maxx.
You did. Do you want a TJX card? You said that.
Yeah, well, I didn't know if people would catch on. Right. I know the whole verb. Would you like to open up a TJX rewards card and save 10% today?
And then they ring a bell.
Yeah. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, so don't increase your credit card limits either. So just don't be messing with anything.
Don't be messing with anything.
Here's the thing. If you have money to burn it paying off all that stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, even I had a little bit of credit card debt at that point, and I had said, should I just pay it off because I had the cash? And it's better to have it in your pocket for right now, and then afterwards you can pay it off if you need it, if you need to. So that's sort of the route that I went, and I was able to pay off my car. So so that was a great financial burden that was taken off. Yeah. So there's ways around certain things, but and that's, just keep it the way that it is unless you ask your loan officer.
That's what I was just going to say. So setting up that time with a loan officer, and a good loan officer is the one that is going to sit with you and really review everything you have going on, and just saying, all right, well, maybe if you do this, that, and the other thing, in a couple months, you'll be at this point versus where you are right now.
Yeah.
What impacts, so we were sort of talking about this, when you buy a car and you do all those things, it definitely can impact your loan approval process, right? So you definitely don't want to do that. It impacts the interest rate. It impacts your loan qualification amounts and your mortgage insurance approval. And as I'm sitting here and I'm sort of hesitant because I'm thinking, once you have the commitment letter, it's like the bank is committed to give you the money. Don't think that that's when you're free and clear either, by the way. I mean, our timelines have shortened a lot. So that is generally, we're getting commitment letters about a couple weeks before. As a listing agent, I like to have it as soon as possible. But, usually we're getting a couple weeks before. But that doesn't mean that you can go out after you have the commitment letter and purchase something, because they're doing a final review a couple days or up to the day that you're closing.
Yeah.
And, they're verifying your employment and they're verifying everything. So you're not free until you're sitting in your living room.
Yeah.
That you own, and you have a set of keys in your hand.
And you don't have to finance your couch.
Yeah.
Even a small purchase can lower your credit score, increase monthly debt.
Let me talk about that for a second.
Okay.
All right. So I had a Kohl's card.
Yeah.
I still have a Kohl's card, right? And I remember I was refinancing, I think. It was with Andrew Montacone from Leader Bank, and he's great. He called one day and he's like, hey, I locked you in. I was like, well, what do you got me into now? So he locked me in. I had a really good rate. It was like 2.375 or something. But then he called me. He's like, Sharon, would you mind paying your Kohl's bill? I go, what are you talking about? So I completely forgot that I bought like some towels or something at Kohl's. It was like $36.15 or something, right? This is so silly of me, but every time like the paper bill came in, I was like, I haven't been to Kohl's. I just rip it and throw it in the rubbish.
Yeah.
I never opened it because I literally forgot that I bought towels.
Yeah.
So I was like 60 days late on my Kohl's card. It really, really impacted my credit score.
Yeah.
So even a small amount is going to impact that credit score. Silly me.
Did you call Mr. Cole?
I had to wait. Well, I mean, my credit score was still okay, but it didn't look good on my thing. But I looked at my credit score the other day. My credit score is 820.
Oh, wow. Look at you.
Look at that. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, it is.
It fluctuates.
It fluctuates.
Well, it matters, like where we are on balances and stuff.
Yeah. Increases monthly debt, trigger additional underwriting review. So, again, it is just because you have an accepted offer doesn't mean it's a go. Loan denial days before closing, delayed closing, and need to switch loan programs. You want to talk a little bit about that?
So here's the other thing not to do once you have an accepted offer, okay? And once you're contingent, okay, your offer is accepted. And again, I know that there are legal, because I did talk to Amy about this, right? Like, because I'm not an attorney, but I do feel differently than she does about it, because I feel as if the offer to purchase is everything that's included in that offer. So you're giving me, the 501 form or whatever, MAR form or the Greater Boston form. So it's the offer to purchase real estate. And then you're giving me the disclosures. You're giving me all that. But you're also attaching a pre-approval letter. So let's just say that you give me a pre-approval letter and it says Andrew Montacone, Leader Bank on it. Well, of course, I'm going to be like, yeah, that's great. I'm going to tell I have multiple offers and I don't know the other banks or have had a good experience with another bank maybe. And I say to my client, I really have confidence. I know that Andrew has this, that this is going to go through. 100%. There is no doubt in my mind this is going to happen. If he's given a pre-approval letter, I have confidence in it. So your offer is accepted based on that piece of paper.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it just happened to us again. And it happens often that, and we are usually the ones that pick up on it even before the buyer's agent, because 2 different appraisers will call us. So people will be out, and it happens in new construction a lot because there's so much time between putting in a reservation and the house actually being built. It could be 4-6 months, right? Depending on where we are when you start. So it happened at Cushing last year. It was like, why are 2 different appraisers calling me for the same property? Like something isn't right here. Mm-hmm. And people are shopping rates, and they're shopping around, but they're not telling their original loan officer because they haven't broke up with them yet.
Yeah.
And they're cheating on them.
Yeah.
And then they're not telling their buyer's agent because they don't think it's necessary for some reason or another. But now, so the situation I had this just past last week was I read it in an email. They didn't even tell me.
Yeah.
I read an email chain. So that's the other thing too, is if you're going to send an email and like, oh, I should put Sharon on this, or I should put Melissa on this, probably feel confident that we're not starting with the email that you just sent us. We're starting from the very bottom.
Yeah.
Like, what was this whole chain about? Like, how am I going to follow along unless I start from the bottom?
I just did that the other day because you had been going back and forth with somebody about Title V, and then you put me on the last email, so I'm aware of the situation, but I was like, wait, what are they talking about? And then I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Check for them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So as I'm reading that email chain, it says, the buyer may be using a new attorney. I don't even think the attorney knew. I like this attorney too with the other.
Well, they were using a new attorney because they're the closing attorney.
Exactly.
With the new loan.
With the new loan, with a new company in a credit union. And so this other attorney I sort of felt bad for, and I was actually talking to him this week, and I was like, oh, I was sad to see that you got bumped off that one. He's like, yeah, but like the attorney had already done a lot of work. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I wonder if that happens a lot. I'll have to ask.
Yeah, I think it does. If they switch, a lot of times that's what happens. But I say, and the reason I was talking to Amy too is because Amy is representing my client on this. And I was like, Amy, like, I just feel as if they sort of broke everything here. Like what we agreed upon is not this. We went with it because I was really comfortable with who they were using for a mortgage company. It was actually Bob Malone, right, from Radius. They do a great job. Samantha is on his team. She's been in our office several times. Like, they do a great job. Yeah. I felt confident in that. Then I was like, well, this is part of the reason we had multiple offers. Part of the reason was because I had confidence in who you were using, and I didn't know who the other people were using.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they're going with a credit union. I mean, the good news is Amy has closed with this credit union in the past, so she's familiar with them, but she doesn't think it's breaking the accepted offer. I do.
Yeah. I forget who it was, but we talked about it with somebody else in the office, and they agreed that they felt as though the buyer had a little bit of a cushion time because of the in the contingency period, like they have a certain amount of time to apply. So that's when they can shop around and things like that. But I can see how everybody can have a different sort of perspective on it. But it's like, who's right at the end of the day?
Well, I think from now on, when we accept an offer, I'm going to say to my seller, one of the things that I would also put in this, that yes, your offer is accepted, and this pre-approval is made part of this offer.
Yeah.
With this company, with this loan officer, is made part of this. If you want to change it, you have to ask us if it's okay. Because if somebody comes to us from, with, some spaceship type,
spaceship,
the one I'm talking about. Yeah, the spaceship company, mortgage company, maybe I don't have confidence in that.
Yeah.
Maybe if it's a fast closing, I don't have confidence in one of the big white elephants that have a hard time moving around and maneuvering, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, that's my story.
That's your story. But as a buyer's agent, how would you feel if somebody asked you about that?
I would say to them, we have to ask the seller if it's okay for us to change the parameters of the offer to which you put in.
Yeah.
I think it's changing it.
Well, I think a lot of the times it's the client coming to you and saying, oh, by the way.
Yeah. Well, I think it has to be a conversation up front then.
Yeah. Another thing not to change is jobs, if possible.
Oh, yeah. If possible, yeah.
Well, sometimes, and this has happened. You know, people have lost their jobs.
Yeah. I had someone 2 weeks before closing lost his job on one of my listings. He was the buyer.
Yeah.
That was not fun.
It happens. It's unfortunate. It happens. We're able to explain it because the property does come back on the market if the buyer loses their job. And it's simple enough to explain. But if you're not losing your job and you just simply want to change your job, just stick it out for another month.
Yeah. And not only that, I mean, there are times where you can switch. I mean, that's another conversation to have with your loan officer, because if you're, think about real estate agent. If you're an independent contractor anyways, but if you're going from this firm to that firm, is it going to matter?
Yeah.
Probably not. If you're a nurse and you're going from this hospital to this hospital, is it going to matter? Maybe not. But somebody who was in here, was it Trish Flynn, maybe was talking last week in here. We were having a conversation. I think it was her. And she was saying that she had a client that was a nurse, and she had a full-time job, and then she got rid of the full-time job, got a part-time job, and was making more money at the part-time job, but because it was part-time, she didn't qualify for the loan anymore, even though she was making more money. She was making more money.
Yeah.
How ridiculous is that?
I know. And, it's tough because what if that situation wasn't going to wait for her to purchase a house?
Yeah.
What if that was just an opportunity that she had to take?
Take the job, wait for the house. Another one will come up. Don't you think?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Jobs are hard to come by.
Except if you already have an accepted offer.
Well, yeah. Tough. I mean, if you already have an accepted offer.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. If you have an accepted offer, you should go through with it. But as a listing agent, you should always be prepared if it's not going to come through,
Yeah. With switching jobs, I think that, definitely talk to your loan officer if it's sort of in the same perimeters of what you were already doing. Like, again, if you're a nurse or, a first responder in this town and now you're going to another town, or if you're an accountant and now you're going to a different firm or things like that. Like there are sort of workarounds. But if you're completely changing, if you're going from an employee with a W-2 and now you're a 1099 self-employed independent contractor, that's a big difference.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're going to go from I'm a mechanic to now I'm a surgeon, even that doesn't count.
Yeah, that doesn't count. I mean, you're going to be saving lives instead of saving cars, but it makes a difference.
Yeah.
And you're probably going to make a little bit more money.
Yeah.
Saving lives. But still,
never know though.
Changes the loan.
Yeah.
You never know. If you're a bad doctor, I guess.
Well, I don't know. Mechanics hard to come by. I mean, a good one.
The mechanics are busy, I believe.
Yeah, I would bet.
I think we need more.
I think we need more. More plumbers, more everything.
More everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What else we got?
We have a lot.
Yeah.
We have about 10 pages.
I have to say, as much as we were, or I was sort of silly in here today, we've really banged this agenda out.
Still on jobs, so switching employers, moving from salary to commission, going from a W-2 to a 1099, like we said, and reducing your hours. The lender must re-verify employment, recalculate income, and possibly re-underwrite the loan. Which this could delay the closing, change loan eligibility, and cause financing denial. Have you ever had somebody get denied a loan on your listing?
No. I've been pretty fortunate with that. Yeah. But I think it comes to crossing T's and dotting I's. I mean, I did have someone who lost their job 2 weeks before I was closing on another property. But again, I sort of hinted at that. Like, as a listing agent, you should be very prepared. And it was, a time where I could call back to people and say, hey, this unfortunately fell apart. And two, it's like, you have to have a level head about that stuff. Of course, like my seller was not happy because, basically all packed up and there's definitely all, that type of stuff happens. But, the guy lost his job.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, certainly didn't want that, you know. He
Yeah.
didn't get fired. He got laid off, and there was a lot of layoffs going on during a certain time. So, yeah, you sort of have to be open-minded to that. And that's when people will say, when is it safe for me to start packing? When is it safe? Well, I can't say. Anything could happen at any moment. I mean, somebody could be in a car accident and,
Yeah.
you know.
Anything can happen. But we did talk about this in our roundtable discussion. I won't say who it was, just in case you can sort of follow the trail, but they had a listing that was a condo, and their client had already moved out. It was under agreement. It was, a couple days before closing, and they got a denial letter because they were looking at the financials of the condo association, and they believed
I think that was a lie.
Yeah, they believed, this is the story that we got, that that the condo association was going to be in turmoil.
Yeah.
And they didn't have enough money. Interestingly enough, the next buyer that came in right away, and luckily for the client, they ended up getting a little bit more money, had no problem getting a loan.
I think that the first person was fibbing.
Yeah.
Embellishing. I think it was more, I think it was outside influences saying, oh, it looks like these numbers aren't going to work.
Yeah.
Let's just say that this is the reason we can't get a loan. But you do have to get a denial letter. So they did get the denial letter, but people knew people there.
Yeah, people knew people.
People knew people.
We only have about 2 minutes left, so do you
Wow.
want to... I don't know. wrap things?
Yeah, so we already talked about this. At the end of the day, the lender is going to verify employment. They're going to recalculate your income. They're going to possibly rewrite and underwrite the loan. All of these things can delay the closing, change loan eligibility, and cause financing denial. But delay of closing may not seem like a big deal. In some cases, it isn't.
Yeah.
So we also had, Kristen had another situation this year. And this is the thing that I'm so proud of our agents is all of them, even like the situation you were just talking about, hey, it happened. All right, thank you. Next.
Yeah.
But like being on top of it as a listing agent is so important. Like, what are the next steps I have to take to make sure that my client is okay and safe in this predicament, right? Yeah. This is exactly what, Kristen had a situation where something came up last minute, and she was fortunate because her clients were great people, very understanding. It was an investment property for them anyways. But think about if this was a chain, like that house had to sell in order for another house to buy. Like when that tail gets very long, it gets really messy when you delay a closing. So that's why it's really important from our standpoint to make sure we're staying on dates and staying on track. But similar to, agents, like that, I know you didn't say the person's name, but it almost came off the tip of my tongue right there. But like when she saw that there was something going on with that condo denial, she was right on top of it and had it under agreement in the next day. Yeah. So you have to be ready to like pivot.
Yeah. There's 8 more pages of this agenda.
Wow, this was a big agenda, girl.
But I want to give you a minute to promote your new listing that's coming on next week.
Yeah, so 616 North Elm Street in West Bridgewater. It's a beautiful old sort of colonial farmhouse, 1925. It was built. When I tell you these homeowners have been here a lifetime, they have been here a lifetime. They have done everything. It has a whole house generator. All the systems are upgraded. I mean, every single thing about this house is upgraded. It is beautiful. I love it. I can't wait. I want to show it to my niece because that's how much I love it, and her husband. So that will be coming on the market this week. We'll start showings right away, but with all this snow, stay tuned. 781-294-4848 is my cell phone number. 781-294-4848. If you want more information on that property, I am happy to give it to you. You are going to love it. I'll be doing an open house there next Sunday, 10 to 12. I probably cancel Thursday. Looks like more snow Thursday.
Oh, okay. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Stay
Bye,
safe.
Tim. Have a great vacation.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Dave. See you next weekend.
Live in a neighborhood